Stockton flank the group. Matt Harpring, Greg Ostertag, and Calvert Chaney has found new life in Salt Lake City. Jerry Sloan, Utah, you can see for the past 15 years, every one of them, he has delivered the Jazz into the playoffs. The Timberwolves, take a look at their locker room behind Kevin Garnett, Gary Trent, Rasho, Kendall Gill, and Troy Hudson, the 21st consecutive start for that five. Cliff Saunders, 11 and 16 lifetime against the Utah Jazz. Flip has had his hands full this week, Michael, dealing with Lauren Wood, suspended Monday night following the Wolves win over the Suns for a profane tirade against the Wolves coaching staff. He did return to practice yesterday, vowed to stay in line for the next 4 months, but then shot back at the team. And Flip and Kevin consider the matter closed, although reporters tonight asking all sorts of questions about what is going on, how you're going to deal. Has it ever been this bad before with a player? And Cliff Rozier's name came up for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, players have been suspended before for conduct detrimental to the team or whatever. But, you know, Lawrence should use his Wolves tickets and come and sit in the stands tonight and support his team if he's serious about rededicating himself when he comes back. I'm serious. Don't stay away. Come in and show some solidarity to support your family.
Well, we've talked about it before. We hope that Lauren will be able to move on and will not be part of the Wolves roster against Houston on Tuesday night. Kevin Garnett opens things up.
Well, you know, like I said, he's got a long memory. Remember what Matt Harpring did to him in Salt Lake City, so he wants to come back and send a message right away. Go inside and take advantage of that huge advantage, height advantage he has on him.
Calvert Chaney, his first shot is in.
The old Hoosier, been knocking down that jumper for many years in the NBA.
Calvert with his 4th team in 9 years in the NBA. And doing quite well. Garnett, 2 for 2, no, but Gary Trent keeps it alive. And Troy Hudson, so hot in the first quarter, knocks down the 3.
Wow. Guy is something else.
54% from the field in the first quarter. Wolves with the early 5-2 advantage against a Jazz team that really humbled them in November in Salt Lake City. Held them to just 77 points. Second lowest total this season for the Timberwolves. They scored 75 earlier in the month of November against the San Antonio Spurs.
Big Greg Ostertag trying to be active inside, trying to keep the ball alive for his Jazz team. And when he does that, when he's moving around and trying to be active, he makes this team so much better when he's a live body in that lane, protecting the basket and making himself available for Stockton's passes.
Hudson tries the 3 again off the front iron, and Matt Harpring will bring it up.
I like this kid Harpring. Like I say, reminds me a little bit of a Chris Hovan type basketball player. Just hard-nosed, blue-collar. Will go out there and do all the dirty work, but yet somehow come up with 30 points every now and then.
Such a perfect fit as Utah's shooting guard. Big, strong, can knock down the open shot as he showed against Minnesota in November, and provide a strong defensive presence on the perimeter as well. And the mindset, I think he works in the Jerry Sloan team so well. Reminds you a little bit of a Jerry Sloan. Harpring inside off the glass, gets the roll.
That's what he does so well. He and Karolinko, who's on the bench, they come in, they move like sharks without the ball, always in constant motion. If they stop moving, they'll suffocate.
Malone holding his head momentarily, may have been poked in the eye, appears to be okay. Gary Trent with the open jumper.
Harpring with that blocks out on KG. You see that? Knows that he can't out-jump KG, so he put his rear end into KG's thighs. KG couldn't get up off the ground. Nice pass.
Ostertag swings it around. Ill-advised pass, but Harpring there to receive it. Inside to Garnett, the triple team. Behind the back to Gary Trent. How about that?
That's a little shuffle pass. KG loves to throw in traffic in the paint. Got to be ready, even though he looks like he's kind of surrounded. He finds a way to get that pass off in the crowd.
Threw it behind himself, and GT ready to hit it home.
Like he's snapping shotgun to the quarterback. Steps it high, pick and roll.
As called. Kicked in the corner to Chaney, who beats the clock and hits the 3.
Nice pass by Karl Malone. Realized he was out of position, gave it to a teammate who had a better look at the basket. Smart play. That's that old intelligent play between Stockton and Malone.
Yeah, they've done that a few times, haven't they?
Wow, look at that line drive shot by KG. Shot that one down at the rim.
Kevin has hit 2 of his first 3 attempts from the field. Rasho
Did a good job crowding Malone that time, and Carl tried to turn into him. He had nowhere to go.
Kevin Garnett moments ago with the no-look pass.
Right behind his back. Be a good center in the NBA. Looks like Matt Burke.
Harpring again.
He likes to go to that right little runner, so you got to make him go to his left. Coming across that lane, he's very effective. He was doing that a lot in Salt Lake City in the last meeting.
6'7", 231, and solid. Rasho with the fadeaway.
You have to protect the ball on the way up, because Karl Malone always swipes down on it, trying to knock it out of your hand before you get it up above your shoulders.
Rasho only 8 points against the Suns Monday night before fouling out. 6th disqualification of the year. 2nd in the NBA in that area. Kurt Thomas of the Knicks has fouled out 7 times so far this season.
KG running the point. I like this. I like when KG goes up on the point like this. He can survey and see the whole floor. Much easier than Troy Hudson can.
He can pass like Magic Johnson. Might as well play the position on
He
occasion.
should do it every now and then. KG can handle that. A few minutes a game doing that.
Stockton looking for an opening, and Troy Hudson is there defensively. Inside, Stockton won't go. Quickly, Kendall Gill. He'll hold it up.
Karl Malone goes out there to challenge him.
Just underway here tonight at Target Center. Troy Hudson, so strong in the first quarter. Not as strong to start tonight, just 1 of 3.
Still looking for a shot, though. Nice move by John Stockton. The old guy just find a way to get the ball over to his shooters.
Finds the open Calvert Cheney, another miss. Kendall Gill on the run. Behind the back, rolls it up and in.
Oh, that was globetrotterish.
Wow.
Like Metal Log Lemon on that one.
Swing the ball around your waist, throw it up and in.
KG with a steal. From old Charlotte days.
Kendall fouled on his way to the back of the basket as all 5 Wolves starters now on the board.
Well, that's what the Wolves have come out. They're aggressive. They're rocking them with the power game. There's Kendall Gill with a nice little sweet globetrotter. Play some sweet Georgia Brown music when you do something like that, guys, in the truck. Or you can start whistling there, Hanny. There you go.
Yeah, not very good, was it? But it's been a good start for the Wolves here tonight.
Yeah, you even whistle out of tune.
Minnesota with an early 13-9 advantage. I can whistle all right when I want.
Save up to 50% on travel when you purchase a BizFlex fare from Northwest Airlines. And when you save that much on airfare, who could begrudge you a little something from the minibar?
Get 2 nights of entertainment for the price of 1 with the Wolves Double Feature. For $22, you get a ticket for the game and a free movie voucher for AMC theaters. That's quite a value, and it's just in time for movie season. Visit Timberwolves.com for more information. For tickets, ask for the Wolves Double Feature at any Ticketmaster location or call 1-800-4NBA-TIX. The double feature premieres on January 10th versus the Sacramento Kings.
See you at the movies.
Want a Zap Velvet Leaf? Nail, foxtail, water hemp. Take out woolly cupgrass, morning glory, pigweed. Use Liberty herbicide to take out over 120 broadleaf weeds and grasses faster than any other herbicide. Yet Liberty is so ingenious, it never touches your corn, which means yields rise. Liberty, smarter seed, smarter herbicide. And now get 30% more power at the new 32-ounce rate.
Very big game tonight for the Timberwolves in the midst of a very busy stretch. You can see 18 games in the next 32 days, and including the first meeting with the Dallas Mavericks. And boy, they have looked so good, so strong this season. Michael Jordan, the last look at Michael. And games ahead with Houston. Yao Ming, of course. Some big games ahead for the Timberwolves. Kendall Gill in the corner. Rasho with the rebound. Third three-point try for Troy Hudson. He's knocked. 2 of the 3 down.
It's his quarter. He's not going to stop shooting. This is when he feels most comfortable in the game to start.
We talked in the open about the matchup between Stockton and Hudson, and you got a Hall of Famer as Ostertag inside, knocked away by Garnett.
Let's get that weak stuff out of here. If you heard the commentary from Kevin, we can just shut up over here and let Kevin run.
So many words.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Hudson inside to Rasho, who packs it.
Giving the Jazz and Stockton a little bit of his own medicine, turning the corner at the top of the key and creating an opening for the big guy off the dish.
Hudson so impressive the other night against Stephon Marbury. Outplayed him, really.
That wasn't a kick. See, that's why I hate that stupid rule. They got to change it. That was good defense by Gary Trent, sliding into the passing lane. The ball just happened to hit his foot. There's Hudson coming off the high screen, and that's what opens it up for you when you can come in and penetrate like that on the defense. Makes your job so much easier for the big guys.
Roy Hudson 19th in the NBA in assists as Karl Malone is on the board.
Got a nice, soft, little sweet fall-away jumper, huh? Perfect touch for a guy that big and muscular.
Jazz still the Jazz leading scorer and leading rebounder.
How could people think that NBA ball players are not the greatest athletes in the world when you see a guy 6'9", 260 pounds, make a little feathery touch move like that?
And to add to that, Karl Malone is the 5th oldest player in the NBA.
Who's older? Besides Stockton.
Speaking of old, there's number 10 on the list.
Wow. Well,
Mark Jackson.
Guys are taking better care of themselves. The money is so good. When guys used to retire at 33, 34, 35 years of age, they say, man, I can make another $3-4 million a year for the next 5 years. Why leave now? So they're taking better care of their bodies.
Gary Trent adds to the Timberwolves run, now 11-2.
Giving them much more longevity. On the other end, it seems like kids are coming into the league younger and younger every year.
Well, we saw a guy that's not going to...
Kendall Gill!
Gill
Again!
Slams it. Kendall Gill with the steal and slam. Jerry Sloan does not like what he has seen so far tonight.
He appreciates that kind of backcourt defense. That's how he used to play when he was a Chicago Bull. He and Norm Van Leer.
Kendall Gill has forced both of Utah's 2 turnovers tonight and converted to the other end. Karl Malone turns around over Rasho, who got a hand up.
Yeah, that was good defense by Rasho. Gave Malone a tough shot there because a big hand to try to shoot over.
Inside to Garnett. And checking in now for Utah, Andre Kirilenko, Joe Smith for the Timberwolves along with Rod Strickland. Kendall Gill moments ago, great anticipation.
Quick hands, those martial arts hands, those Ultimate Fighter champion hands.
Ooh, that looked like MJ, didn't it?
Well, he was about 2 feet too low for that. Kendall would kill me for that, but he used to get up about another foot higher in his heyday back in Charlotte. But that was nice. I mean, for a guy who's in his middle age now. He's not old. He says he's not old for a basketball player, but he is in his middle age.
Jerry Sloan, we told you not happy, and apparently he's been teed up.
Already?
Yeah.
I thought he'd at least get out of the first quarter.
Kevin with a miss. Utah 2 points now in their last 8 possessions.
Look up the word intensity in the dictionary, and you will see a picture of Jerry Sloan.
I thought that would be sleeping soldiers if you look up the word intense.
Sorry. What do you mean, sleeping?
Forget it.
All right.
Utah.
Oh, intense.
Struggling.
Oh.
Yeah, that's great, wasn't it?
Yeah, now I
don't go to the lowest form of humor. Inside, Rasho cleans it up. And the Wolves, who have doubled up on the Jazz early on here tonight.
Well, Philip told his guys in the locker room, guys, we got to come out and be aggressive on both ends of the floor to start this game. And so far, that's exactly what Minnesota has come out and done.
Kevin just willing his way to the basket there. And
big first step.
Foul.
Big first step. I don't think it's a shooting foul. It's a sideline. Kevin's at the foul line waiting to take the shots.
Right.
But he did get fouled on the floor, says the officials.
Kevin Garnett, the Wolves' leading scorer in 9 straight games, 24 of 31 this year. He's had at least 18 points in 18 straight games. And scoring is only one part of his game.
Tough shot because Andre Kirilenko came from behind the shot and tried to block that. KG just sort of flicked it up over his head anyway. Karl Malone, that's what he does so well. Throws that big shoulder into your chest. Initiating the contact, waiting for the whistle. That time, the referees didn't give him the three-point play opportunity.
15-4 run for the Timberwolves here in the first quarter.
He goes to that block as often as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar now, boy. He's finally learned how devastating he is down there and unstoppable he is. And he's really taking advantage of that this season.
This has become personal. Kevin Garnett, always energetic, but I think especially so here early tonight. Inside.
Big Tony Massenburg.
Tony Massenburg, who was picked up in mid-December after Jaron Collins went down with the torn ACL and MCL and is out for the season.
Yeah, KG, like you said, like I said earlier, he's like a woman who you got mad, has a long memory, won't let you forget it. Well, he remembers what Harper did against him in Salt Lake City. Look at him, he's just going to work him over down there.
Strickland finds position, knocks it down. Rod Strickland on the board. First 2 points off the Wolves bench tonight. And Minnesota looks energized to start here this evening. Inside, Karolinko, nice feed from the mailman.
Yeah, well, he's a perestroika player. He's always open. You get it? Openness, rushing, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Look at Kendall Gill.
Oh, and Gill goes down.
Oh, that's a bad call. That was a great block. That's why Karl Malone is disputing it, and Karl Malone is right. That was a great block. I'm sure you'll see it in the replay, but there's Kendall Gill in the open court.
This man can fly.
The Lexus ES. With front-wheel drive and available vehicle skid control, it'll help keep you on the road. Assuming you can find it. Find Lexus of Wayzata and Lexus of Maplewood.
I hear a voice from the back of the room. I hear a voice cry out. You want something good.
Filter out everything you don't need. Keep what's good. That's called filtering. That's pure MGD.
Yeah, have you ever seen a team move so fast? No way, puppy. This one's coming down to the wire. Oh, come on, keep moving. Don't slow down now. They're giving 110%. They're acting like there's no tomorrow. I can't believe it, PA. I think they're going to get it done. He does it. He gets the approval in record time. The customer wins.
Coach, how do your guys do it? Hey, I just train them to make the process simple, fast, and hassle-free, whether it's online or in person. We just want to make the job easy for the customer.
Optimum Mortgage Services, the fast, hassle-free online way to apply for home loans.
Still 2 minutes left in the first quarter, but Kevin Garnett put up some great numbers so far. 8 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds.
KG's come out, Tom, like he's got somewhere else to go tonight. He wants to get this over with early so he can get out of here, because he has come out on fire and determined to take the action at Matt Harpring and take advantage of that mismatch that we told you about. Oh, you got that one, huh?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Very nice. Hey, you don't want to miss out on your chance to win one of this year's Rainbow Food bobbleheads. Featured this year are Rasho Nesterovich, Joe Smith, and Coach Flip Saunders.
That's
Check
ours.
out the Timberwolves.com website for more information and game dates. Not this year. I'm told sometime in the next century they'll be featuring us, yeah.
Probably posthumously.
Well, no, it's going to be one, a two-headed monster.
All right. Of course, my mouth will be open.
You're asking me to comment on that? Karl Malone. It's Rasho in the air and draws that foul.
That's the old trick, the old postman trick. Got Rasho to go airmail and then jumped into him.
First foul for the Timberwolves tonight. They have yet to turn the ball over. And Karl Malone, who last night had 19.7 rebounds against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Where do you think he'll play next year?
Well,
because you know he's going to continue to play for a couple more years.
let's see how Karl did.
But Utah let him go.
I can't imagine that'll happen. I really can't imagine.
He's making $19 million. Yes, I said $19 million this year, folks. Will they sign him for that much, or close to it next year?
Does he expect to make that much money? I can't imagine he does.
Yeah, he would expect a pay cut, but probably not half. How can he survive on $8 million a year?
Nesterovic coming off a less than terrific effort the other night against the Suns, but has played so well this season. There are a lot of teams that would still like to have Karl Malone.
Yeah, if you can do
that's
that.
Why.
Yeah. Imagine him going to play for the Lakers, say for 1 year. Not too much money, but a chance to maybe win a ring with Shaq and those guys. Do you think he would be an upgrade over Samaki Walker?
Oh, yeah. Joe Smith on the board. There's no question.
And the Wolves continue to stay hot.
But once again, it comes down to money. Inside, Massenberg.
This is easy. If you play in a zone, you can't leave the middle that wide open. Just looking at his defense going like, what are you guys doing?
Strickland inside of the arc.
Well, you remember he and Mark Jackson had many battles together in practice as young players playing for the Knicks, so they know each other's game very well.
Both teams shooting the ball extremely well. The Wolves right now at 66%. The Jazz 55. Minnesota's made their last 6 shots, and Utah has made 5 in a row. That's where it'll stay.
Yeah.
66% from the field for the Timberwolves here in the first quarter. Minnesota has come out 36 points in the first 12 minutes. Looking to add to it. Strickland again. Rod Strickland 6 points off the bench in the opening minutes here. A season high for the quarter. 38 points for Minnesota tonight. Flip Saunders, who was so excited to have those days off. The team Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday kind of conducted a mini camp. Back to basics, going back to.
I used to hate those.
Well, what you got to like what you've seen.
Oh yeah.
What has come out of it.
Yeah, it paid off so far, but boy, as a player, you mean to tell me they went 2 a days?
No, not
okay.
that bad, but kind of refocusing on things that, you know,
but that's okay.
You can get a little sloppy as the season goes on.
You mean to tell me they had like what, 3-hour practices?
No.
No. Well,
spent more time, I think, working on some fundamental things.
Okay.
You know, guys, the last few games, we've needed to tweak this and that, and he's done exactly that.
Going back to the basics, huh?
Exactly.
Nothing wrong with that. Let's try doing that one of our broadcasts. Go back to the basics, Tom Hanneman.
The Timberwolves 12-1 this season when they shoot 50% or better in the first quarter. And guess what? They shot 68% to start tonight.
If you're a meat lover, get ready for the ultimate surprise. Go for the ultimate meat lover's pizza from Pizza Hut. Overloaded with 6 kinds of sizzling meat toppings plus 6 kinds of melt-in-your-mouth cheese. Brought right to your door. Go for the ultimate. The ultimate meat lover's pizza. Just $8.99 for a medium, $2 more for a large. At Pizza Hut.
Go, go, go. Touchdown! Touchdown! That's right, buddy. Touchdown. That's right. Oh. Touchdown! Oh, no, we don't say touchdown for those guys. Just the silver guys. Touchdown! No. Touchdown! Yes! What have you been teaching him?
That's my boy.
Pepsi and Lay's, official sponsors of the NFL.
Oh, that's right. Touchdown.
From the moment you step into Treasure Island Resort and Casino, you leave the ordinary world behind. There's so much to do. So much to enjoy. So much to play. Before long, you'll feel downright tropical.
Treasure Island Resort and Casino.
You encounter them every day. They're always there, making the road a dangerous place. which is why you drive a Ford Taurus equipped with a revolutionary personal safety system. With 7 separate technologies that work together to protect you. So you can take all of them on safely. Right now, get $2,000 cash back or 0% financing on Taurus. Only at your local Northland Ford dealer.
And for the last story of the night, we go live to...
That's right, That 70s Show at 10:30, right after UPN 29 News at 10, weeknights on UPN 29.
Highest scoring quarter of the season for the Timberwolves. 5 players with at least 6 points to start off here at home tonight against the Jazz.
Well, like you said, the mini camp worked. Sure came out sharp.
Massenberg. Short. Mark Jackson steals it away. Jackson double team.
What a great pass. He didn't even know Karolinko was going to be there, but somehow he got it out of there.
Scott Padgett. Off the mark, and Utah has fallen below 50% from the field. Wolves did not turn the ball over in the first quarter. They are 6th in the NBA in fewest turnovers, averaging 14 a game.
That was a cleanly played game. Not many fouls called. Game's just picking up right along. Padgett
on the move. Chaney gets it out to Jackson. Passes up the 3. Calvert will take it, though.
Oh, the general will be proud of that shot. Well, Indiana Hoosier.
6th pick in the '93 draft by Washington, Calvert Chaney.
Wolves going to miss tonight?
I hope not. 8 points now for Kendall. 3 of 5 from the field. Kendall Gill making his 21st consecutive start here tonight.
Without Stockton and Malone in the game, and Harpring, the Jazz going to try to mount some kind of a comeback without their 3 main players.
Tony Massenberg playing in his 9th game.
They're going to have to do it with scrappy play, tough defense, try to create some turnovers that the Wolves haven't committed yet. Try to get themselves back into single digits in this game.
9th game with the Jazz.
Strickland's shooting the ball great, except for that one.
Why are you always trying to jinx those guys?
Well, the way he's shooting, I'm surprised they missed. Especially in that range from 17 feet. He's automatic this year.
18 of 28 of the Wolves so far tonight.
Make that 19. He gets the shot up.
Anthony Peeler, who has really been struggling, continues.
Well, that's what the Jazz have to do now to try to cut the deficit here. Get some shots like that. Karolinko got Rod Strickland in the low post. They're trying to get him the ball.
Karolinko finds Scott Padgett open for 3. And he misses again. Quickly up court to Rasho.
Oh, look at the speed Rasho ran that down, baby. His quickness for a 7-footer. All the big men for the Wolves can run the floor.
Second chance points favors Minnesota 8-0.
Call that foul on Calvert Chaney. Karolinko had a clean block on it.
It was a good point, though. I mean, it's tough for a guy like Rasho at 7 feet tall to go into another gear, but he did.
Sure did. So a little burst of speed on that one.
Rasho 69% from the line this season.
He had a burst of speed, Tom, when he played. Did you have an extra step?
Oh, gosh, yeah. 3 or 4 extra gears. Hey, get 2 nights of entertainment for one low price with a Wolves double feature. For $22, you'll receive a game ticket and a free movie voucher to AMC Theaters. The double feature offer premieres January 10th against Sacramento. For tickets and information, visit Timberwolves.com or call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS.
Come on, you never timed yourself in the 40. What was your time in the 40?
4-3 was my best, yeah.
You were quick.
That was the first car I ever had, and kind of hesitated, but Karolinko, no.
I actually did that. I timed myself in the 40.
What was your best time, Mike?
6'9". Looks Rasho.
Two-handed.
Rasho says, yeah, I like that. 6'9". What do you think my time was in the 40? I was pretty fast for a big guy.
4'8".
4'7", baby. 4'7". Oh,
very
proud of that.
impressive.
And I didn't even run hard. I could have probably got down to 4'6".
Now, wait, I believed you until I didn't even run hard. That's hard to swallow. Jackson inside, no. And Calvert Chaney will reset.
I mean, that's not world-class speed, 4.7.
For that height, it absolutely is. But then you were a world champion 2 times.
Makes
so
it a little longer for us, longer leg guys to get going. Mark Jackson. Nice pass.
Inside, Karolinko with the one-handed hammer.
Whoa, looked like a Russian ICBM coming through the lane.
Man.
Wow, that was nice.
Right on the money.
I like how their big men move without the ball when Stockton and Jackson have it, because they know once they move, the point guard will find a way to get it to him. Padgett and Joe Smith with a little shove off on Padgett that time.
Rasho Nesterovic tonight. 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 beautiful two-handed hammer.
Your home, your family, your life. When making major purchases, there's a lot you have to think about. And eventually, you're going to have to think about how lenders see you, because they determine what you pay for a loan. At myfico.com, you can get the credit score lenders use to make their decisions. Plus, you get the tools to help you strengthen your future. Know your score. Gain control of your financial world. Visit myfico.com.
Start a banking relationship with U.S. Bank, and we'll do everything but roll out the red carpet. Stop by a nearby U.S. Bank now and sign up for free checking with Checking That Pays and earn cash back every time you use your check card. See a friendly U.S. banker for details. Pay your bills online with U.S. Bank, and we'll do everything but teach you how to type. Stop by U.S. Bank now and sign up for free internet banking. Plus, take advantage of internet bill pay free during your first 60 days.
Every day you're faced with choices. Some affect your livelihood, like which grass herbicide to use. You want one that works hard in the spring, but leaves you with lots of choices later on. That's why you want Option Corn Herbicide. It controls all your major grasses and key broadleaves. And Option gives you choices, like using MSO, the high-performance adjuvant that makes all your post-herbicides perform better. That kind of freedom can really pay off down the road. Option, grass control that puts you in control.
Well, we mentioned Rasho Nesterovic struggled the last 2 games, but over the last 10, he's averaged 13 points, 60% from the field, Michael.
Well, he's come out with a rash of points tonight on 4-4 shooting for 8 minutes, keeping himself active. He's looking like he's got that look on his face like, I'm going to make up for the last couple games I had.
Wolves a moment ago suffered their first turnover of the night. They went 15 minutes, 57 seconds without a turnover to begin this game.
Don Amici's now in the game. Don, what's the difference?
Well,
there's Rasho right there. Look at the numbers he's put up so far. Having himself a very productive first half, I should say. The funny thing about Amici, though, there's a guy from England, right?
Yes.
English subject. What I can't get with this guy here is, I would have never thought I'd say, Jerry Sloan has a guy on his team who drinks tea. You know, because Amici likes it, because, I mean, Sloan
Jerry doesn't like you talking about it.
But, you know, he's Mr., you know, give me a beer, whether it's hot or cold, just give me one and get out of my way, leave me alone type of guy. And Amici's the kind of guy, he's from England, so he likes to go to tea houses and sip tea. And yet he's playing for the toughest coach in the league, Jerry Sloan.
You know, Jerry Sloan still in the offseason enjoys going into the field with horses and a plow himself.
Sometimes you don't need the plow. He just pulls up the field by himself. Tell you, man, that's the toughest coach that ever coached in this game. Nobody messes with Jerry Sloan.
Scott Padgett inside, off to Amici, knocked away by Anthony Peeler. John Amici, by the way, did not play last night in Milwaukee, suspended for violating team rules.
Oh, KG.
Kevin Garnett continues. Now in double figures with 10 points.
KG saying, it don't matter who you put on me.
It doesn't.
Karolinko trying to crowd him a little bit. Gets a little bit too much of the body, though.
What impresses you the most about Kevin Garnett?
Nothing. He's a lousy player. Yeah, that'll shut you up. We don't have enough time for me to talk about what impresses me about KG. Okay. What can I say, Beth? Well, let's put it this way. He comes to play every stinking game. There's no nights off for this guy the way he approaches the game. But like you say, he's the most complete player or most versatile player in the game. He's the kind of guy, just the best thing to say about a player. He's the kind of guy you can trust. You know if you give him the money, he's going to come and work hard for it. That's what I love about KG. It don't matter if he's making $1 or $100 million, he's going to come out to play to win.
And on the heels of the richest contract in pro sports history, it says a great deal about him and his character. Turnaround inside. Kevin Garnett continues his tear.
Right on cue. Guy is definitely one of the top 3 candidates for MVP thus far in the season. Him, Jason Kidd, and Steve Nash. Who would be your 3?
Well, I don't argue that for Dallas, Steve Nash is the guy. Some people would say Dirk Nowitzki. Kevin Garnett would be in that threesome. I agree.
Yeah, no question about it. He's having himself a great year. Oh, nice catch by
Gary
Gary
Trent. Went up high for it, tapped up and in by Mark Jackson.
They're just beating up the Jazz in every facet of the game right now, inside, especially inside.
Jackson, who himself has made quite a move over the last 10 games, averaging 10 points and improving in every facet.
That's a great move by John Stockton. Left his left foot on the ground.
Yep.
Stockton, by the way, is sporting a heck of a shiner. Looks like he was in a fight with Oscar De La Hoya or Kendall Gill. Kendall claims to be a great boxer himself.
Garnett, the double team. Look for options. And finds one in the corner. Anthony Peeler off the glass.
Almost banked that one in from the corner.
Man. AP struggling. Knocked away by Gary Trent at the other end. Wolves just dominating both ends of the court. AP inside. It won't drop.
This is a fun game. A lot of action up and down the floor. I love basketball like this.
The way it should be played.
He says, sip on this, Thompson. Talking about his sipping tea.
Tea for 2.
That's right, baby. You know, I like my English subjects, you know, since I'm a part of the British Commonwealth myself. I got to support my fellow Brit.
John Amici. Couple shots tonight, but it's been all Minnesota early on. They build the 48-39 advantage.
Doesn't Miller Lite taste great?
Yeah, but I drink it because it's less filling.
Great taste.
Less filling! Great taste! Less filling! Great taste! Less filling!
Oh, man, now that would make a great commercial. Who wouldn't want to watch that?
Life is best told over a great-tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
Let's make out.
Versatility, strength, dependability. The building blocks of Chevy trucks. Like the redesigned Chevy Silverado, Tahoe and Suburban, and Trailblazer with more maximum towing capacity than Ford Explorer V6. The holidays are over, but you can still make your money count. See your select Heartland Chevy dealers today.
Whether you're shopping, traveling for business, or back at school studying, this new year your family can stay in touch thanks to Verizon Wireless. Get them the America's Choice National Family Share Plan, now with unlimited night and weekend airtime minutes on up to 4 separate lines, so everyone can share all they want. Plus, hurry and buy one Motorola phone for $29.99 and get a second free, so you can have a family get-together whenever you want. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Wolves firing 59% from the field so far tonight, and they lead the Jazz 48-39. Hey, you don't want to miss out on a great day of high school basketball, and I mean great. The 6th annual Gatorade Timberwolves Shootout, presented by Waste Management, the U.S. Army, returns on Saturday, January 25th. Now, the shootout consists of 5 games, the top-ranked Minnesota teams in each class, nationally ranked opponents, and over 20 Division I players. Tickets, just $10 at the door. Always a great event. Best basketball short of the state tournament. Troy Hudson inside. Gary Trent, who looks at his hand as he muscles his way up and in underneath.
Somebody hit the ball really hard. Probably was Karl Malone as Gary went up, but Gary's so strong. Vice-like grip on the ball. I guess I would say the sledgehammer to knock it out of there. John Stockton.
Inside the arc, no. Garnett pulls down his 4th rebound of the night. Wolves by 11. 4 minutes left in the first half. Knocked away by Calbert Chaney.
By Stockton, really came out of nowhere. Slapped the ball up out of KG's hands. John Amici. Ooh, a little. Oh, yes,
Moving
baby.
inside. T for 2.
Yeah, baby. I like that. Pretty baby on that one, huh? Like a little English prince dancing through the countryside.
Amici only averaging 2 points a game.
Already
tonight at 6.
Call him King John, part of royalty. Jackson. See that? Another
away.
Strip by Amici. Just picked that little trick up from hanging around Karl Malone.
Jazz trying to make a move here before halftime. Stockton in the corner. John Stockton.
He is just basically a freak of nature. Guys like him and Jerry Rice, to be doing what they're doing at 40 years of age, it just doesn't compute. Or compute, I should say. Or commute.
Both teams firing well. As Hudson not able to get the bounce.
Who do you think is the more impressive 40-year-old, Rice or Stockton, based on what they're doing?
Oh boy, that's tough. I think it's very difficult. I think John Stockton does more for his team at his age.
Jerry Rice?
Jerry Rice, it's a much more violent game.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, look at John Stockton's eye, and Stock wouldn't agree with you.
Stockton is 7th in the NBA in assists. Now, he's still among the great players in the game. He turns 41 February 26th.
You know, if the NBA had any kind of promotional sense, and we all know that they do, they ought to make space on the All-Star game this year for Stockton, Jordan, and David Robinson. Just bring them on as honorary players. Who cares if if they don't get in the game? But just have them there.
I like the idea.
In uniform, so they can be all part of the festivities, since it may be their last
the
time.
idea. Because it's all about the fans, that game, and that's who they'd want to see. Boy, Michael, I agree with you.
Finally, I found something.
It took a while,
Yeah,
but
it did. Oh,
Kevin again.
There's something we agree on, and this guy right here is unstoppable.
7 of 10 from the field tonight.
Jeez. Oh, gee. I don't know what he ate for lunch today, but he needs to eat it every game.
Harpring stopped on the baseline.
Harpring's probably thinking, man, I ain't scoring 30 points on these guys anymore. That's it for me.
Kevin Garnett, so strong tonight early on, has carried the team on his back. Less than 2 minutes to go, Minnesota with a 9-point advantage.
Kevin and Jeff are really hammering through, both going strong. Oh, Jeff gets caught up. And Kevin Hine wins the heat. That's his best time in the single buck. He's got to be happy with that. 9:89 is now the time to beat.
Oh. There.
Who says you can't be big and tender? At Timber Lodge Steakhouse, our steaks are always big and tender. Timber Lodge Steakhouse, now featuring prime rib and shrimp for a limited time only.
Hurry to Toyotathon and check out the Sienna Choice. Buy a Sienna and choose from 0% financing with $1,000 customer cash back. Or take this great vacation for 4 to Universal Orlando Resort in Florida. You'll stay 5 nights at the Hard Rock Hotel on site. With 2 amazing theme parks and dazzling nightlife, it's a vacation from the ordinary. Okay, it's a tough decision, but at least you know which minivan to get, Sienna. Hurry to Toyotathon today.
Yo, why am I here, man? Are you the kid or something? The kid turned into the man. Where it's going, man? I'm trying to find out the problem, man. You know my rap sheet. You know how I get down. 2010 and 5. How many times I gotta say this, dog? I holds my own, man. Are you a leader? A natural born leader. Still hungry? I know you ain't questioning my hunger. You sweating now? Am I sweating? Call it what you want, man, but call it. Being the best starts now. I ain't satisfied. Not at all.
Invite you to stick around at halftime tonight. Very nice story on that man, Joe Smith. An interesting career he has had. Highlights of the Dallas-Philadelphia game on our NBA scoreboard, and first half highlights and stats here from Target Center at the half tonight. DeShaun Stevenson has checked in. for the Utah Jazz.
He's a young man that really hasn't given him much in his career there so far. Came in with a lot of promise straight out of high school. He's one kid who probably should have gone to college a couple of years.
How do you know? Inside, Amici to Stockton. You won't see a miss inside very often from John.
To get that one up quick before the big guys got there to block it.
Hudson for three. Karl Malone.
Amici on the run. Oh,
court.
Big fella.
John Amici and one.
Showing them that little British stiff upper lip.
Such a huge disappointment last year as you look at the replay. 27 did not play coaches' decisions. A young man not drafted out of Penn State, played in Greece, Great Britain, played with Orlando, and inked a 4-year deal with Utah back in July 2000.
He's getting his chance to play, and he's making the most of it tonight. Jim Harper trying to work him over down there. That's the only way he's got a chance. Got to be real physical like that.
Fade away. Yes!
Still doesn't matter.
Kevin Garnett is unstoppable tonight.
KG tells him run on the floor. I'm going to do that all night long. Oh, KG's funny.
Kevin, too much for Matt Harpring to handle tonight.
What does KG have now?
Kevin tonight, 16 points, 8 of 12 from the field, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He's done just everything right.
All Harpring can do is try to put his hand in KG's face and try to shield his vision or block his vision, but it doesn't matter.
In the physical play prior to that, Matt Harpring is not an easy guy to move around, but Kevin is doing it.
Yeah, Harpring is making a mistake by letting KG get the low position. And once he gets down that low, it's not what you can do.
You can see the Timberwolves Family Pack presented by Rainbow Foods back again. Get this great package for just $70. The next Family Pack night, Wednesday, January 8th. Jason Richardson of the Golden State Warriors in town. For a complete list of game dates, visit Timberwolves.com. 20-second timeout presented by KFAN. See Wally Szczerbiak there.
Got the Potsy Rebel look tonight, a little preppy, little polo shirt on, little Dockers. Looking like he should be teeing off. Wally Szczerbiak, you are next on the tee.
Let's take a look at the road ahead. Brought to you by your authorized Minneapolis area BMW centers. Stop by for a test drive or visit MinneapolisBMW.com. Well, Monday afternoon, the Wolves heading to Houston and back here against Golden State. Wally Szczerbiak, who has played in just 4 of the Wolves' 31 games this season, out until mid-January, they're saying now, although
that's next week. So are you making an announcement that he will be back next week, Mr. Hanna?
I'm not making any announcement. I'll make the announcement. I can hardly wait for his return.
Well, let's see. Who do they play next week? Oh, look at that pass.
Joe Smith inside. Well fed. Rasha with 4 assists, along with 4 rebounds now.
Malone just turned his head, and as soon as he turned his head, Joe Smith took off down the lane.
John Stockton battling that Wolves defense tonight. Very strong inside. Karl Malone will throw it up and in.
Nice touching pass, huh? You give him any kind of space like that, boy, he just drops it a nice little gentle jumper right in.
Karl Malone, 35 minutes a night, #1 in minutes on this team at age 39.
Double high screen.
Swung inside to Rasha, working on the mailman, steps back. And Karl Malone goes down holding his left knee.
A bang knee, very painful injury. But he'll get up and shake it off. He's missed like 4 games his whole career.
Karl actually very few games. Missed one this year with the flu. As you say, it's very odd. 9 games coming into the year in the 1,362 he had played in his career he had missed. They say he's 3 years away, well 2.5 now, from breaking Kareem's scoring mark. Is he wearing down? No sign of that. And at the buzzer, Troy Hudson puts it up. A rare miss for him. In the the final seconds, but a strong effort by the Timberwolves from the start. They lead it by 6 at the break.
From the moment you step into Treasure Island Resort and Casino, you leave the ordinary world behind. There's so much to do. So much to enjoy. So much to play. Before long, you'll feel downright tropical.
Treasure Island Resort and Casino.
I hear a voice from the back of the room. I hear a voice cry out, you want something good.
Filter out everything you don't need, keep what's good. That's called filtering. That's pure MGD.
Versatility, strength, dependability. The building blocks of Chevy trucks. Like the redesigned Chevy Silverado, Tahoe and Suburban, and Trailblazer with more maximum towing capacity than Ford Explorer V6. The holidays are over, but you can still make your money count. See your select Heartland Chevy dealers today.
They're single, smart, and unstoppable. And together, they'll rule Tuesday night.
Come on!
Sydney Tamaya Poitier stars in Abby. Tuesday night at 11 on UPN 29.
Halftime here at Target Center finds the Timberwolves on top of the Utah Jazz 56-50. Joe Smith has battled injuries throughout the early part of the season. When healthy, he makes the Wolves a much better team. Joe has continued to show why he's one of the league's best offensive rebounders and one of its best interior defenders. Leah B. Olson has more on tonight's Dodge Halftime Spotlight.
After missing the first 3 weeks of the season with a groin injury, Joe Smith returned in mid-November and made a sudden impact. He brings power up front and a willingness to do the dirty work.
Joe does a lot of little things well, defensively-wise especially. He's very aware of what's going on. He's got great court awareness defensively-wise, ability to slide over, take charges, do all that stuff.
Either taking a charge or deflecting the ball or diving on the ball on the floor for a loose ball. You know, that's the dirty stuff that I try and bring.
Taking charges is something that Joe takes a lot of pride in, but that pride comes with a price.
And Joe Smith in pain.
My body gets immune to it, you know, during the season, but you know, it sometimes, you know, it depends on where I get hit. You know, sometimes it can, you know, be a little painful at times. But, you know, whatever I can to get the ball back for our team, whatever I can do to help this team win.
Smith was the first overall pick in the 1995 NBA draft. His surge to stardom included a spot in the film Rebound.
From Brooklyn, New York, they call him the Hawk. Connie, the Hawk Hawkins!
Joe played basketball legend Connie Hawkins, a player who spent the 1969 season in Minnesota playing for the Pipers of the ABA.
That was fun. That was the first movie I did, so I really didn't know what to expect. But, you know, when we got out there and the more, I mean, every day, you know, it was more and more fun for me. And, you know, like you said, playing Connie Hawkins, you know, a legend in his game, you know, that was just a big plus. You know, I'm a lot more in tune with what he was about and how tough he had it, you know, before he got to the NBA.
Also featured in the film were former Wolf Pooh Richardson and Joe's current teammate, Kevin Garnett.
That made it even more fun. I mean, just knowing you're out there with somebody your age, of your generation, you know, that made it fun.
That friendship has continued. They've gone from complimenting each other on the big screen to teaming up on the court.
You know, just over the years, we've just gotten better and better with each other. And, you know, we both long around it. Well, 3 of us, actually, with Raj Hill, we were all long around the basket, and I think that causes problems, you know, for other teams defensively.
Joe Smith left alone, and Joe knocks it down. Huge hoop.
For the Minnesota Timberwolves, I'm Leah B. Olson.
Nice job, Leah, and I'm going to go out and rent that film tomorrow. I love those short shorts. Timberwolves at the break, a 6-point lead over the Utah Jazz here at Target Center.
Are you a real fan? Want to see the replay? Want to be courtside? Have you ever been in a locker room? Need a photo? Need a score? When is game time? Did you catch that? Looking for some stuff? Then log on to NBA.com and check out all your favorite NBA apparel. To shop, log on to NBA.com or America Online keyword NBA.com. What are you doing? Experience the NBA online. NBA.com.
What comes around?
Don't mess with Dodge Ram, Durango, and Dakota. Part of the most powerful, longest-lasting line of trucks. Grab Dodge's new 7-year, 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Ford, Chevy, and Toyota don't match it.
Want it all. Want it all. It's back. I want it all. Warm or grilled, all together, all filled.
McDonald's grilled chicken flatbread is back. Warm flatbread, grilled chicken, and onions melted all together with pepper jack cheese.
Toasted flatbread, grilled jack, grilled chicken, it's back.
You want it all? Then hurry in before it's gone. Only on the new taste menu.
I want it all.
Menards is ringing in the new year with a sale too big to miss. Buy this big 10-gallon tote for just $2.49. Then fill it with anything you want and take 20.03% off the regular low price. Save on paint, hand and power tools, batteries, door hardware, and light bulbs. So put down your remote, pick up a tote, and save 20.03% at Menards. Hurry, ends Sunday.
Save big money at Menards.
What goes around comes around. That's why the Tiger Woods Foundation joined Target stores to create Start Something, a program that helps kids become role models and pursue their dreams. Target gives $2 million a week to local communities and programs like Start Something. Join Start Something today. Visit any Target store or Target.com. Together, we can keep the cycle of good going around.
Timberwolves with a 6-point lead at the break here at Target Center. Around the NBA today, the marquee matchup in Dallas. The 76ers against the red-hot Mavs. Sean Bradley with the block at the other end. Michael Finley, 2 of his 18 points for the Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki led the way with 29, and Dallas beat the road-weary Philadelphia 76ers 102-83. Mavericks' biggest winning margin ever against the 76ers. Philadelphia closes out a 6-game road trip with just 1 win, and they seem pretty lifeless for most of the afternoon. Elsewhere tonight in the NBA, Washington now a 1-point lead over Indiana in the 4th quarter. Other games, New Jersey over Orlando also in the late going. Detroit leads Atlanta. Cleveland at Chicago tonight, and the Bulls with a 9-point advantage in the 1st quarter. Houston, the Timberwolves' next opponent at Golden State. Or they're at home against Golden State. The Warriors with the lead. Later tonight, Sacramento at Denver. A big game. The Lakers taking on the Phoenix Suns. Here at Target Center, another big game in the Midwest Division, and the Timberwolves lead it by 6.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
Snow gon' fall, sun gon' burn, rain gon' pour, season gon' turn. Oh, Mother Nature can't keep me away.
The Mercedes-Benz C240 sedan with 4MATIC all-wheel drive. It can mean the difference between taking a drive and going for a spin.
Ralphie. Mom, she's making it up again. Okay, you two, stop it. Oh, can't we ever have a normal family dinner?
Well, what do you think?
I don't know, it just didn't feel right.
Let's try that one.
So much furniture under one roof, you'll eventually find something you like. Becker Furniture World, Minnesota's largest furniture showroom.
We were selected for the 2002-2003 Signature Charity for the Timberwolves.
It's pretty good to have a real NBA star visiting us.
Ashley, right?
He's tall.
These basketball players are motivators for children to be determined to go through their treatments.
Like your hair, I have no hair, so yeah.
It's pretty cool that you can come here and stuff.
That's a real cherishable piece there. Thank y'all for letting me come, man.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Kevin Garnett and the Wolves came out like gangbusters tonight, scoring 38 points in the first quarter, but held to just 18 in the second. And Kevin, as we expected, this was a personal thing for Kevin Garnett against Matt Harpring.
Yeah, he wanted to come out tonight and send a message to Matt Harpring that what happened in Salt Lake City was an anomaly. What's that word?
Anomaly?
Yeah, that. So he wanted to come out and let him know that who was in charge, especially in this house. And KG came out and set the tone, sent a message, and his teammates followed up on it.
Let's take a look at our Miller Lite halftime highlights, and we'll start with the man, Kevin Garnett.
Well, you know, like I said, KG came out harping all over Mr. Harpring. KG's really active in that first half, looking to get his shot off, looking to really take Harpring off the dribble, post up on him, turn around. Nothing Harpring can do about that. She's too good a player. And for the Jazz, the mailman, well, you know, he's been delivering like this since the Pony Express. Well, he's about as old. Probably did ride a pony or two. And Don Amici coming out of his cocoon for 9 first-half points. Of course, his first name is John Amici, not Don Amici, but you know what I mean.
Oh, I got it.
Where did this guy come from all of a sudden? Where's Jerry Sloan been hiding him?
On the bench.
Or in his cocoon?
Wolves by 6 at the break.
There are places that I know where people they can go to play their favorite games. Let's call it out by name. It's America's game, the one and only Powerball. Powerball from the Minnesota State Lottery. Don't forget to have some fun. It's America's game, the one and only Powerball.
Put down your remote, pick up a tote, and save 20.03% at Menards. Buy this 10-gallon tote for just $2.49. Then fill it with anything you want and save 20.03% off the regular low price. Save on cleaning supplies, lights, cabinet hardware, wallpaper and borders, faucets, and shower heads. Tote off 20.03% savings during Menards' big tote sale. Hurry, end Sunday.
Save big money at Menards.
If this was your wife and these were your children, then this would be you.
I'm going crazy.
5 times a week, The Simpsons.
Weeknights at 5 and 6 on UPN 29.
Troy Hudson talking over some strategy for the second half as we're just moments away. We'll take a look at our Mercedes-Benz stats from that first half, and Minnesota was firing accurately from the very beginning, Michael.
Yeah, look at the turnovers for both teams. Only 5 for the Jazz, 3 from Minnesota. So it was a really crisply, cleanly played first half, and let's hope it continues in the second half, because those kind of games are so much fun to watch.
Well, this has been a fun one to watch as well. Leading scorers only 2 in double figures, Kevin Garnett and Karl Malone. Kevin Garnett, as we told you tonight, 8 of 12 from the field, 16 points, Michael.
Yeah, he's going down on that block, and that low block, as often as Hakeem Olajuwon or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tonight. Look up there on top of your screen. That's where the low block is, where all his post-ups are coming from. Everybody has a favorite spot that they like to go to, whether it's at a lake or at a park or maybe in the house someplace. You see KG's favorite spot right up there on top of the screen, right on the, what's that? That would be the let's see, what would you call it, the right side or left? No, that's the right block, isn't it? Because the basket's back here.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's the right block. He likes to go over that right block. So if you're Matt Harpring, you want to try to keep him away from that spot. So like how I used to have to guard Kevin McHale. McHale used to like to go to that same spot. And I'd always try to make him go up about 2 or 3 more steps and see that would make a difference in the shooting range. Sometimes it didn't, but right now, whatever Harpring is trying to do ain't working.
Well, that was the old days, Michael. And
yeah, you're right. You can body guys, you can put your hands on them more, and really almost physically assault players from posting up. But these days, you have to keep your hands off of these guys. And you see the numbers that KG is putting up on a daily and a nightly basis. Guy is definitely making his bid for MVP candidacy this year, a serious MVP run.
He has led the Wolves in scoring and rebounding 24 times so far this year. Cheney inside, the nice find from John Stockton.
I just love it when guys like Karl Malone and Michi and the big boys set great screens like that to get guys open. It makes the game so much easier when you concentrate on the fundamental things like that. There's KG over on that right side again. Favorite spot.
Moved out by Karl Malone and then right back in again. Kevin in the air. Not able to knock it down. Gary Trent got his paw on it, but Utah comes away with the ball. Harpring left alone in the corner. Short.
He didn't really want to take that shot. Had to force himself to shoot it because he was so open there for a minute.
Opening moments, third quarter here at Target Center. Rasho Nesterovic, no. Quickly up court, Karl Malone, the quick release. He's fouled by Rasho, and it drops.
Karl is so strong. His shoulders, look at his shoulders and forearms and triceps, biceps. This guy definitely knows how to take the punishment, take the hit. Once again, this is a great find from John Stockton. How great a quarterback he would have been. I remind you a little bit of Rich Gannon. You just find you're in the right spot.
They always know where each other is on the court.
You know, these two guys, Malone and Stockton, you see teaming up there. These guys have been starters since the Reagan administration. Think about that. You've had Reagan, Bush 1, Clinton, Bush 2. Are they going to be around for the next president, whoever they may be? Maybe it's Bush 2 again, or it could be, I don't know, John Edwards, John Kerry. Who's going to be by the way, who is going to be the Democratic nominee? Al Sharpton.
I don't think so. I think John Stockton has a better chance.
Yeah, you're right.
22nd time on, brought to you by KFAN. It is amazing, Michael. You're right.
The
when you
Reagan
think
administration.
How long, and not only just been around, but been such solid contributors. Karl Malone, nicknamed the mailman by a Louisiana sports writer while he was in college because he always delivers.
Yes, he is. Yes, he does.
One-point game. Inside to Rasho, who loses the handle. The Timberwolves once led by 15. Utah has battled back. Jazz 18 and 13 overall and 8 and 9 on the road. They've won 3 in a row away from Salt Lake City.
Well, the Jazz are feeling energized right now. They've come out and won the first two minutes of this quarter, which is always important when you're facing a smart veteran club. Now the Wolves have to try to get back the momentum here over the next couple of minutes.
Kevin inside, up.
He kind of hesitated on that shot. He didn't realize he was so open when he turned. Amici flashed out of nowhere. He was hanging around KG's elbow, so it wasn't like he was going to block it. He just sort of startled KG there for a second.
And now the Jazz, who have not led tonight, have a shot at it.
Well, the Jazz big men, Amici and Karl Malone, setting some very good screens up top. So they want those cutters to get open. And Stockton, of course, so he needs a little space, and he'll get the ball right to your hand.
Karl Malone inside to John Stockton. To Harpring.
Oh, you can't turn your head for a split second, boy. As soon as you turn your head, these guys know to take off because Karl Malone and John Stockton will get you the ball.
Utah's first lead of the night, a 24-10 run.
Just beautiful basketball to watch. Right now, the Jazz are winning all the scrums, too. That is a thing of beauty. I love basketball like that. Slam dunks and all that stuff's nice too, but you see that kind of body movement and passing. That is pure basketball, baby.
Harpring with the strip there.
Jack Ramsey type basketball.
Rasho on the baseline through Gary Trent's legs, and Calbert Chaney comes away with it.
Flip may need a timeout here if the Jazz score, just to calm his team down and get them back in sync.
Jerry Sloan had his club ready for the third quarter, and they had performed well. Fadeaway, Karl Malone. Kevin High for the rebound. 7 boards now tonight. Bulls looking to regain a little momentum. Gary Trent finds the spot, won't go.
Look at this blocking out down there, John Stockton.
Harpring on the move inside. Strong off the glass, won't go. Rebounded by Chaney. Amici throws it up, no.
Look at Harpring. I got it back.
Matt Harpring again.
Oh, hard hat Harpring, baby.
A great addition to this Utah Jazz team he has been.
Well, how did Philadelphia let him go? I mean, he fits in with that Philadelphia banging hard-nosed style. How did Larry Brown let him get away? Look at that pass.
Karl Malone and
Look
one.
at that pass. Oh, John Stockton. He's putting on a clinic tonight, baby.
The all-time leader in the NBA in assists and steals.
And a record that will never be broken. They say never in sports. This guy's record for assists will never be approached, much less broken.
Whether you're shopping, traveling for business, or back at school studying, this new year your family can stay in touch thanks to Verizon Wireless. Get them the America's Choice National Family Share Plan. Now with unlimited night and weekend airtime minutes on up to 4 separate lines, so everyone can share all they want. Plus, hurry and buy one Motorola phone for $29.99 and get a second free, so you can have a family get-together whenever you want. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Doesn't Miller Lite taste great?
Yeah, but I drink it because it's less filling.
Great taste.
Less filling! Great taste! Less filling! Great taste! Less filling!
Oh man, now that would make a great commercial. Who wouldn't want to watch that?
Life is best told over a great tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
Let's make out.
We sell close to 3 million boxes per month. This is our smallest box. This is our biggest box. We go on to the next question.
For 20 years, Boxes Incorporated has kept its commercial insurance neatly packaged with only one company, American Family Insurance.
Our American Family agent got to know us and to know our business. He's a real professional.
American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof.
Any size, any shape. Boxes are our bag.
American Family Insurance.
Looking tougher than normal with a shiner under his right eye. John Stockton, the heart and soul of the Jazz, demonstrates again exactly why he's called that.
Well, here you see the Huntley and Brinkley of the Jazz, because they have been providing good news and headlines for Jazz fans longer than the Great Salt Lake has been salty. I guess you can say Stockton and Malone are a couple of old salts themselves. Hey, by the way, Stockton's 41 years of age. You think he dyes his hair? You don't have one speck of gray in there. What do you think?
Well, I'm much older and don't have any gray either, so it happens.
What's your secret?
I don't know. Genetics. Mark Jackson open momentarily.
Foul on Joe Smith over the back.
I don't think John Stockton's the kind of guy that would be real concerned about anything artificial.
Oh, we all get
hair
vain.
dye.
We all get vain when we hit our 40s. Are you kidding me? We're all trying to retain our 30s. I bet he dyes his hair.
I bet he does.
All right, I'll ask him after the game.
I know you will. He'll give you a look.
You would, too. Get that. You know what out of here.
Harpring. Ron Strickland, maybe he can start things up for the Wolves here in the third quarter.
Well, he got him going in that second quarter. He came in and said, that's a good start. Just give it down to him. Let him go to work.
Garnett working on Harpring. Malone comes over. Fade away short.
Black ball. Everything's working for the Jazz in the Jazz favor now. KG trying to get something going. Turn to his left shoulder. Baseline side that time. But faded just a little too far over a tough double team from Utah.
Physical battle here tonight. Inside, Chaney, no options, but gets it off to Harpring.
else fails, go to the old patented pick and roll. There's Mr. Amici in there. Look at him battle.
Amici knocked away by Joe Smith.
Flip Saunders looking for somebody who can score some points, coming in with Anthony Peeler in place of Kendall Gill. Realizing his team right now is in an offensive slump, haven't scored yet this half. The Wolves are just being out-hustled right now, and little different nuances in the game. That's why the Jazz are on this nice 10-0 run.
Wolves, you can see, not hit anything this quarter.
Yikes. Matt Harper, don't let him get heated up.
A three-point shot, which was so effective, and it's a 15-0 run. Mark Jackson left alone. No.
And when you get down like this and everybody's having a struggle, every shot. Oh, yeah, that's definitely offense. Joe Smith was making a sandwich waiting for John Amici coming in there. Joe is took the full brunt of that force.
How can you stay calm when you've got a runaway train heading your direction?
Well, you got to know how to take the contact. As he comes in, you got to start moving back to that, lessens the contact a little bit. You're still going to get it. You're still going to get hit. But you got to start leaning back just when just before the contact comes. And Joe is such an artist at doing that. He knows how to protect himself. Like he's a stunt man is what he is.
Peeler. Anthony knocks it down. And Anthony Peeler would score just 6 points in his last 4 games, 3 of 19 during that span. That's his first basket of the night.
Needed someone to score some points and puts Anthony in for a shot. He scores.
Harpering. Good defense by the Wolves. And a turnover.
Harper got his feet tangled up inside some of the Wolves and somehow still found Karl Malone. Karl went up for the jumper, but lost it going up.
Utah 7 turnovers tonight. The Wolves now at 5. Karl Malone, the mailman, foul, and again his upper body strength makes a difference.
A couple of years ago, he would have dunked that on Mark Jackson, but he realized now he can't get up as high as he used to, so he protects the ball with his body. Knows that he can absorb the contact. Look how smart he is. Watch Karl throw his right shoulder in the mark again. Boom, right there. Hit me, and I'll knock it in anyway.
You notice he had 2 hands on the ball, too, as he went up, so it wouldn't be altered.
When you got shoulders that broad, you don't need shoulder pads to play football or take the contact in the NBA.
Completes the 3-point play. One of the 50 greatest players in NBA history.
You know, we're just seeing a clinic right now on how to play offensive basketball and team defense. They're just swarming to the ball and really helping out. Look at that. Three players around the ball and still get back to Rod Strickland in time.
See the shooting for the first time tonight. Utah firing a higher percentage than the Timberwolves, who have struggled here in the third quarter.
Utah is really active on defense. You see Karl Malone and Stockton giving John Amici a little high 5 or low 5, and I said good help defense that time, big fella. That's the kind of defense I like to see being played. Scrambling all over and helping out and getting back to your man.
Amici, baseline, knocked away.
Amici turning into Chris Webber in this game.
Strickland inside is fouled. Well, this third quarter for the Timberwolves, much like the fourth quarter they turned in when they lost November 29th at the Delta Center. Minnesota had 9 points in the fourth quarter, and franchise low was tied. And they scored just 28 points in the second half against the Jazz in that game. 1 field goal in the final 10 minutes against Utah. And that was the difference in the first meeting between the two teams as John Amici heads to the bench.
Looks like he's played himself into the regular rotation with the effort that he's put in tonight. KG's just working hard down that low box, just trying to get position.
Garnett shows he can do it as well.
What a shot by KG. He got pulled away hard by Harper, but somehow was able to control his body and his touch. Watch the battle inside. Watch this 2 men right here going at it, baby. This is a man's game. This is what I like about it. Referees are letting them play. Then watch Harper pull him around the waist anyway. Look at that athleticism by KG. Makes the game look so easy when he wants to dominate out there.
Kevin and Karl Malone both now with 19 points. mailman.
Well, Jackson gets up on him and crowds him.
Head of steam inside, knocked away by Joe Smith. Carl cleans it up off the glass.
And Carl's having fun with the crowd in the front row. See when Carl gets inside, he flicks it up so quickly you don't have time to block the shot. He knows it's not going to elevate over the top, so he just flicks it up real quick. Quick release.
Michael Malone now with 11 points in the third quarter. Kevin again working in Harpering in a crowd, won't drop.
It's a nice shot by KG. Elevated above the crowd, he just shot it just a little tad too hard.
Cheney, a bit too much oomph. Garnett quickly up the rod. Strickland who will pop. Not dropping, and Joe Smith over Karl Malone's back for the rebound.
Joe Smith trying to make something happen with his usual hard-nosed, hard-knock style. Coming out of nowhere, but that time the Jazz had the inside position. Joe just come out of nowhere, tried to time this right.
Nothing gentle about that.
Oh no, he was a gentle Joe on that one. Well, that's the way the Jazz are playing, so that's the kind of effort and determination the Wolves are going to have to play to regain control of this game, Tom.
Timeout on the court. Flip Saunders will talk things over with his team down by 7 here in the third quarter.
Start a banking relationship with U.S. Bank, and we'll do everything but roll out the red carpet. Stop by a nearby U.S. Bank now and sign up for free checking with Checking That Pays and earn cash back every time you use your check card. See a friendly U.S. banker for details. Pay your bills online with U.S. Bank, and we'll do everything but teach you how to type. Stop by U.S. Bank now and sign up for free internet banking. Plus, take advantage of internet bill pay free during your first 60 days.
Want it all. I want it all. It's back. I want it all. Warm or grilled, all together, all filled.
McDonald's grilled chicken flatbread is back. Warm flatbread, grilled chicken, and onions melted all together with pepper jack cheese.
Toasted flatbread, grilled jack, grilled chicken. It's back.
You want it all? Then hurry in before it's gone. Only on the new taste menu.
I want it all.
Now get 0% APR financing or up to $3,500 cash back during the Great Mercury Sales Event. See your local Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
Well, the 5th oldest player in the NBA hasn't looked old at all tonight, Michael.
Well, the mailman is saying this window's open, and he's put together a package of points that he has shipped first class for Utah tonight. He's doing it all here in this third quarter. Well, says, who you calling old?
Not you, Carl.
That's right, baby. Maybe that Salt Lake out there is kind of like the fountain of youth, and he and John go and take a dip in it every so often to keep the joints lubricated. Maybe that's their secret.
A lot of dedication to keeping himself in remarkable shape. A remarkable specimen to begin with.
That can't be it, huh? That
You
sounds too
don't think so?
easy. There's got to be some deep hidden secret out there in Salt Lake.
Michael, I'd like to invite you and all of our listeners to join Chris Kananglet, Jordana Green, Carl Spring, and John Hink each weeknight for UPN 29 News at 10 as they bring you the latest news, weather, and sports.
That's right. You're watching the Jazz. Coming up next will be the news with Pizzazz. So when it comes to bringing you the news, Jordana and her boys know how to kick with class. I thought I was going to say something else.
Oh, yeah, I did momentarily, and hide my finger on the button.
Oh, we're not NBA players.
Oh, you're right.
We never use that kind of language.
You're right.
3-second defensive violation, my favorite rule in the game.
Number 1 on your list this year.
And number 2 is that kicking rule. Got to get rid of that kicking rule.
Jerry Sloan, who does not believe in speeches to players before games.
Don't you just want to go over there and fix his tie?
Jerry says they're getting paid enough money, they should be able to motivate themselves.
Thinks you need to talk to Lauren Woods. But Jerry's right. When he's right, he's right. That's why I like the guy.
I agree.
Since we're dealing with a young man here, professionals act like it. I like that about him. That's what I like. Guys like him and Pat Riley. That's what they demand from you. And if you don't want to do it, see you later.
Wolves tonight just 3 of 8 from the free throw line as Anthony Peeler is not 7'5", so he was unable to bring that one down. 3 of 8 from the free throw line for the Timberwolves, while the Jazz a perfect 14 of 14. One of the differences here so far tonight.
Everything's going Utah's way right now. Like that.
Karl Malone from Mark Jackson.
I thought he couldn't jump anymore.
2 of the oldest players in the NBA combined for a fresh play.
It looked like a young KG on that play. Where did that come from, Mr. Mailman?
Always worth another look.
Oh, talk about airmail. Wow. I don't think he had enough postage on this package here, but he still can ring it up.
Karl Malone, 15 points now.
Karolinko
here in the third quarter.
Got trapped in the corner. Wasted a timeout.
Just a 20. And the Wolves now.
Well, they got to keep their poise.
Points.
Yeah, they got to keep their poise. They're going through a bad stretch. And they're only down 11, which is basically nothing in the NBA, as you know, with a 24-second shot clock. So just keep your poise and keep working hard. You'll work yourself out of this.
How important is this game tonight? Well, a win would draw Minnesota even with the Jazz and put 2 games of space between the Wolves and 9th place Seattle. You don't see them. And a loss would give Utah a 2-game lead over the Wolves and a 2-0 advantage in the season series.
And the Lakers are nowhere to be found. And I don't think they're going to come back, even though Tom Hanneman says he thinks they will work their way back in the top 8 somewhere. I don't think they will be, but you're right. Every game from here on out is vital. You cannot afford to lose a game because it's going to be so bunched up all for the rest of the way.
As we told you, Minnesota just 5 points in the third quarter. They've been outscored 15-5 by Karl Malone himself. Mark Jackson waltzes in. Massenberg tips it in.
That ball looked like it was sitting on the rim, but the referees let it go. So far, that hustle play the Jazz have been winning this quarter.
Funny game, isn't it?
Sure is. Oh, look at Harpering Sky for that rebound.
Wolves come up with their most prolific scoring quarter of the season to start the game and struggling here in the third.
You want to pick the ball up around KG, boy. He'll swarm you with those long arms.
Tossed around to the mailman. Arching shot. Karl Malone with a rainbow.
Did not touch the ceiling. Jeez. That was pretty.
And this place has gone quiet.
15-point lead. How did that happen? Look at the Jazz here. Their defense is moving.
Rasho inside draws the foul.
They're just all over the court. That time they got caught out of position, but boy, they are really helping out on defense, getting back to guys. Look at Karl Malone's trying to swarm the ball. Harpering comes over to help out. Massenberg caught reaching into the cookie jar that time.
Rasho, who had 16 points back in November against the Jazz. 10 tonight, make that 11. Well, I didn't want to bring this up because I don't believe in this stuff, but the Wolves on Saturday this year, 1-7. They beat Houston on December 21st. All 4 of their home losses have come on Saturdays. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Harpering and Kevin Garnett going at it.
I mean, when Harpering off the ball, and one of his teammates gets the ball, I mean, he just beelines to that hoop. Just a hard cut, the way you're supposed to cut. How did Philadelphia let this kid get away? How does that happen?
We're going to talk about that, but first I want to tell fans to find out how you can win with the Wolves. Visit your local Econo Foods store today. Remember, each Timberwolves win means one lucky Econo Foods customer wins 2.
You know, Harpering may be the greatest player out of Georgia Tech. Yeah, that'll make Stephon Marbury mad.
Weren't those quotes something?
Oh, that
after the Suns' loss?
I loved it. That's what we need.
It was amazing.
I cannot wait for that Phoenix rematch.
I love Kevin's quote too. You know.
Oh, I know. Isn't that great stuff?
He's got kids. He's got a wife. He's got a house. He's got bills, and he's still worried about me.
Look at Mark Jackson leading the break.
Jackson over to Karolinko inside, dishes it off to Harpering, and He's fouled on his way to the hoop.
They'll put Kirilenko on the line. Wolves are over the limit. Jazz still have a foul to give under the 2-minute mark.
The odd thing about Harpring, you mentioned, he started in 81 of 82 games for the Sixers last year, averaged a career high 11.8 points a game. And yet Larry Brown decides that they're not going to sign him. He inked a 4-year deal with the Jazz in August and will be a centerpiece for this team and maybe in the transition.
Why did they decide not to resign him? That's what I don't understand. Imagine him on that front line with Keith Van Horn and Todd McCulloch helping out Allen Iverson in Philadelphia.
Sounds good now, but apparently at the time it didn't. Question I'm sure he's been asked.
Yeah, yes, I'm sure everybody makes a mistake in personnel every now and then. It happens.
Rasho, fade away. Turns around.
Rasho stepping up, giving KG a little help on offense. KG maybe a little breather so he can get her re-energized for that fourth quarter, because they're going to need KG to have a big fourth quarter for this Wolves comeback.
Wolves up to 10 points now in the quarter. Massenberg inside.
Nice move, nice left hand.
Boy, Tony Massenberg has done a nice job here tonight. 10 points now off the bench.
Oh, it helps so much to try. You could be a two-handed shooter. I won't say that other long words. I can't even say it, but you can use, you can use both hands in the paint. It's just so much better.
Garnett pinned in.
Tried one of those.
Kirilenko gets it to Rasho, over to Peeler. AP can't hit it, but Kevin Garnett keeps it alive.
So he got pushed first.
Or he got the first down.
Hey, the Hurricanes could have used him on 4th and goal last night, the way KG went through there.
What a football game that was.
Oh, I was so mad at that.
I know you were.
I mean, I guess it's kind of blasphemous to root against your Big Ten alumni brother in Ohio State, but I'm a huge Hurricane fan, so I was more hurt about Willis McGahee going down than Hurricanes lost.
Wasn't that awful?
Yeah.
Garnett won't go.
Look at him.
Kevin gets it back again. To Rod Strickland cutting through the lane. Swung around to Anthony Peeler for 3. AP knocks it down.
All set up because of KG's hustle, not giving up on the rebound.
Wolves battling back. Under 30 seconds, third quarter.
Foul on Rasho, said he crowded him a little too much.
If you haven't heard, I know a number of people watched that game last night. Willis McGahee tore his anterior cruciate, posterior cruciate, and medial collateral ligament in his knee.
So in other words, everything that can be torn, he tore.
Massive constructive surgery, but will return to Miami next year.
Yeah, but will he return as the same guy, same effective player? And the thing about it, the guy was 12 minutes away from, I don't know, a $30 million contract or whatever, because he was going to be a top 3 pick in the draft. And the Vikings don't need him because they got Bennett. But I tell you, the Vikings ought to go after that wide receiver from the Hurricanes.
A lot of players on the field last night. The Vikings would love to get their hands on.
Andre Johnson, he'll be a nice wide receiver partner to Randy Moss. Meanwhile, the Wolves have got to try to end this quarter here on a positive note with a bucket. It's a little high screen and roll with KG and Rod. Rod's been knocking on that jumper, coming off these screens. See if he can knock down another one.
What a remarkable third quarter for Karl Malone.
Shows everybody why he's a Hall of Famer, first team ballot, unanimous selection.
Kevin with defenders draped all over him, tapped up by Peeler, won't go.
Up against the rebound.
Jackson won't get it off in time. What kind of a third quarter did Karl Malone deliver? Well, the mailman, 19.6 of 8 from the field, 7 of 7 from the free throw line.
Wow.
And he pushed the Utah Jazz ahead of the Wolves, 84-69.
Get 2 nights of entertainment for the price of 1 with the Wolves double feature. For $22, you get a ticket for the game and a free movie voucher for AMC theaters. That's quite a value, and it's just in time for movie season. Visit Timberwolves.com for more information. For tickets, ask for the Wolves double feature at any Ticketmaster location or call 1-800-4NBA-TIX. The double feature premieres on January 10th versus the Sacramento Kings.
See you at the movies.
The food there, like nothing I've ever tasted. I'm a food critic, and I figured it out. It's a whole new way of cooking. Now, some restaurants use microwaves. Whoa. But over there, they use what I call macrowaves. Giant beams of light shooting into the sky. It brings out the flavors. What the heck was that?
Everything you do is so original. You make life sweet, such a treat. Living large, loving each day, keeping it real no matter what they say. Come on, now get right to it. Gotta keep this party live.
Greet this season with a different kind of holiday cheer. A festive DQ frozen cake. Layered with creamy soft serve, rich fudge, and chocolate crunch. They're the icing on any holiday party. Want to make spirits bright? DQ something different.
Where would you be without your buds?
I like to bathe with friends. They can reach places you can't.
That 70s show. Watch it all week long.
Weeknights at 6:30 on UPN 29.
Bringing the term belly dancing new meaning and maybe to a new low. Let's take a look at our game summary brought to you by your local Taco Bell and Pizza Hut restaurants. Karl Malone was king in the third quarter. 29 points for the game, but 19 in that third quarter. Kevin Garnett, another strong outing, but it was all Utah in the last 12 minutes, Michael.
Well, Wolves have got to just suck it up right now and come out and start this quarter off right. It was Utah's quarter. They won that quarter huge. Got to forget about it and now try to win this quarter. And, of course, you got to try to only outscore the Jazz by 16 to win the game, but it can be done. But it has to start in the first 3 minutes here.
Well, the crowd lending a hand with some noise early on. Reggie Slater inside.
Big Reg, he'll clear some space in there for you if you need to get around the bucket, baby. He'll bring some beef. A little Tabasco sauce sprinkled on it.
Reggie will head to the line. Only averaging 5 minutes a night, but still producing 3 points and 1.2 rebounds, you can see, in that span.
Yeah, Reggie brings it. He knows his role. He'll come out there and give you whatever needs to be done. You need to find some bodies and get physical, throw some jazz around. He can bring that.
I think that's what Flip Saunders is looking for right now. 58 or 52% from the field and 58 from the line, but he knocks both of them down.
That looked nice and smooth, nice rhythm, nice rotation on the release. The Wolves come out with a zone to see if he can stop some of that Jazz two-man play that they've been killing Minnesota with in that third quarter. Cuts down on some of the cuts to the lane too with this coming out with this zone.
Jackson being pushed by a longtime nemesis, and Mark Strickland. Rod Strickland.
Two of New York's finest point guard products in history. Probably saying, hey, talking about that the other night, don't forget about us. Don't put Marbury as the top of the list when you have two wily veterans like this still around. Now the Jazz are going to use Stockton and Mark Jackson together. Talk about having some good ball handling and good decision on the floor if you're Utah. Those two guys in the lineup.
What do you think Flip Saunders is going to try to do early on here?
Well, he's going to come out with a zone defense to see if he can cut down some of the penetrations by the Jazz and force them to shoot the shot from outside. And of course, if that happens, then you must block out and secure that defensive rebound. On the offensive end, KG's still on the floor, so obviously KG's the #1 option, but just keep attacking the basket. Don't just settle for jumpers and try to get back in the game. Go inside of these guys like this.
Kevin, the up fake on the three. Back to Strickland. Anthony Peeler again for three. No, but Kevin had it. Well, he had it momentarily.
He had Karolinko in there with one hand each reaching for that rebound. Another hand grabbing himself. Grabbing each other. And there was KG reaching in again on Karolinko. Guys in perpetual motion.
Kevin not pleased with that call. Felt it was kind of a touch, a ticky-tack variety.
You don't call that because Karolinko sort of lost his balance, sort of stumbled a little bit. The referee thought that Kevin might have helped him. Yes, John Stockton.
Squares up and hits it. Stockton on the night now, 6 points with 10 assists. For the all-time leader in that category with a record Michael says will never be broken.
I don't see it. I don't see it. You know, it's sort of like it's like Cy Young's 511 wins for a pitcher. Stockton's assist total is just ridiculously high. It's even useless to even talk about somebody trying to break it.
Garnett again inside. 10 of 21 now from the field tonight with 21 points. Kirilenko goes inside.
Boy, Rod Strickland really went up and challenged the shot. Rod figured he could get up there and block that. Kirilenko's one of the best. He's a little bit like Sean Marion when he gets a full head of steam going to that bucket. He's going to dunk it. Nice head fake here on Reggie Slater. Gets Reggie up. Once he gets going like this, you know what he's going to go do. Rod grabs him around the armpits. That's as high as Rod can get on that one.
Last year became the first Utah rookie to average double figures since Karl Malone in 85-86.
Wolves have got to head over to Europe and get some of these guys.
I tell you, every team is going to be looking a lot closer at European players. Utah tonight, the first miss from the line. 21 of 22.
Put the old Hannibal jinx on him.
Garnett inside. Fading. Hit it. Kevin Garnett heating up. 23 points, 11 rebounds tonight.
So right there, only 12 down. And try to see if they can cause a little Jazz disruption here on offense.
Well, the question now becomes when you have 3 of the top 10 most elderly players in the NBA, and you played last night in Milwaukee. And the Wolves, of course, have been off since Monday night. Will they feel the effects? We're about to find out. Peeler inside, kicks it off to Reggie. Slater throws it up and in.
Big Reg. What a spark he's provided.
Shows his outside touch.
What a nice spark he provided for Flip Saunders. May as well stay with him now because he's bringing the Wolves back into this game.
10-point game. Stolen away by Anthony Peeler. Garnett over the backboard. And you thought for a moment maybe that would go in. Kevin Garnett with help from his friends battling back here against the Jazz. Even Reggie Slater's gotten into the act tonight.
Broadway Pizza, the famous pizza restaurant, uses Clement's Italian sausage in its award-winning recipes. Broadway Pizza, 15 locations, serving the Twin Cities since 1953.
From the moment you step into Treasure Island Resort and Casino, you leave the ordinary world behind. There's so much to do. So much to enjoy. So much to play. Before long, you'll feel downright tropical.
Treasure Island Resort and Casino.
Versatility, strength, dependability. The building blocks of Chevy trucks. Like the redesigned Chevy Silverado, Tahoe and Suburban, and Trailblazer with more maximum towing capacity than Ford Explorer V6. The holidays are over, but you can still make your money count. See your select Heartland Chevy dealers today.
Wolves have sliced 6 points off a one-time 16-point advantage by the Utah Jazz. Hey, be sure to check out UPN 29 Tuesday night when the Wolves travel to Houston to face Yao Ming, Steve Francis, and the Rockets. The action from the Compaq Center gets underway at 7:30 only on UPN 29. Another look at Yao.
Hey, not just Yao Ming. Introduce him properly. The all-star starting center Yao Ming. How dare you insult, not give him the full deserve an introduction.
All
How about that, huh?
1.4 billion fans.
Yeah,
in
Yao
China.
starting over Shaquille O'Neal. How about that? Who? Oh, by the way, who predicted that? Him?
Yeah, you did. But it was based on the fact that the All-Star balloting was on the internet.
Exactly.
You didn't have 1.4 billion people across the ocean
to vote
with a
for.
real interest. Timberwolves break into the double-figure margin. Now 9. Harpring open. No. Reggie Slater. Out jumps Karl Malone for the rebound. We asked earlier, what is it going to take to turn it around? Well, it's going to take that kind of effort from all 5 on the court. Hudson in the corner. Troy knocks it down.
Set up by a great screen by Reggie Slater. Who's as clutch as Reggie Jackson, Reggie Miller tonight with his performance here in the fourth quarter.
Wolves run now 11-3 here to start the fourth. Karl Malone. Those were going in a minute ago. And they'll get another look at it.
Barry Sloan wants his team to get a shot going to the basket off of a motion, not just settling for jump shots.
Jackson double team.
Aggressively by Reggie Slater, too, which disallowed as John Stockton.
Left alone, knocked away by Kevin Garnett. And then thrown out to Reggie Slater as Troy Hudson. A terrific job in saving that ball. Cross court. Anthony Peeler. Hold it away from Calvert Chaney. Which way will it go?
Black ball.
Yep. Utah ball.
And AP just tried to get his control of it, but there's KG coming out of nowhere, getting the ball clearly on the way up. Stockton thought he had a clear path to the basket. And Troy Hudson, what a great save, jumping into the stands to save that possession from Minnesota.
That was Kevin's 4th block of the night. Reggie Slater steals it, will go up and lay it in. Beats Andre Kirilenko to the bucket.
Big Reg. What a spark he's provided for Minnesota. Great substitution by Flip Saunders.
Reggie like a rocket. Inside. Karl Malone left alone. Momentarily won't go. Anthony Peeler. Quickly up court. Cross court. Troy Hudson puts up the three-pointer and hits it. And the Wolves have pulled to within 2. Jerry Sloan wants the timeout. Reggie Slater, Troy Hudson, Rod Strickland, Anthony Peeler, and Kevin Garnett showing all sorts of energy in pulling the Wolves right back in this game. Hudson with the exclamation point.
Whoa! No score!
We're leaving in 5 minutes, guys.
The C240 sedan, now with 4MATIC all-wheel drive. Disappointing kids everywhere.
I hear a voice from the back of the room. I hear a voice cry out, you want something good.
Filter out everything you don't need, keep what's good. That's called filtering. That's pure MGD.
Whatever the make, whatever the model, Discount Tire Company's got you covered with the world's best brands of tires and custom wheels for cars, trucks, vans, and sport utilities. Discount Tire Company offers low prices on every tire every day, including major brands like Goodyear and Dunlop. Low prices, every tire, every day. It's all about price. It's all about service. It's all about saving you money. Low prices, every tire, every day. Discount Tire Company.
You can call him Sergeant Slater because tonight he has been large and in charge.
Well, when the Wolves play like veggies, flip, turns to Reggie to provide some life and bring some life back into the Wolves. They're going to start chanting Reggie, Reggie in here pretty soon.
I think one more basket from him will do it. Malone with the hook. Kirilenko high for it. Harpring brings it in and throws it in.
Great also by AK-47 Andre Kirilenko, keeping the ball alive for Harpring. That's the basket that the Jazz desperately needed. But Troy Hudson has now found the range. He and Rod Strickland are working in unison in the backcourt. Anthony Peeler up front. Wolves, this little small lineup for the Wolves definitely working.
We told you all year about Troy being so hot, 53% in the first quarter, and cold, just 29% in the fourth. Well, you can throw that stat out tonight. Troy's been very effective here in the final quarter.
The Wolves are setting some tough man-like screens, of course, because of the presence of Reggie Slater. Knows how to put that body in front of the opponent, to sacrifice it for the team.
Stockton dishes it off to Karl Malone, who hits into Kevin Garnett.
Put Malone on the lines. Karl Malone got head and shoulder fake it once again.
Number
Malone
4 on Garnett.
Malone is 0 for 3 in this quarter. KG is defending him. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Well, look again.
It's a good call by the official.
Karl Malone has his 30th point of the night. A perfect 10 of 10 from the line, and the Jazz on the night 22 of 23 from the line.
Jerry Sloan is over there imploring his teammates. Come on, let's go. Imploring his team. Get their head in the game. Play aggressive. Match the Wolves' intensity, he's telling them.
31 now for Karl. And the lead is 4. Harpring, Peeler inside. As we've told you, things have gotten very physical as this game is worn on.
Both these teams know how important this game is for the eventual standings. Wolves want to move up from the number 8 seed, and the Jazz want to hang on to that 6th seed or possibly move up themselves.
Hudson winding his way around. Knocked to Kirilenko. Stockton on the run.
Well, the Jazz do a good job of getting the ball in John Stockton's hand right away.
Another miss.
As soon as the Jazz get a rebound, Tom, they look immediately for number 12. So they know once the ball in his hands in the middle of the floor, the right decision is going to be made.
Great habit to be in. You say that playoff position tonight. The Jazz have not missed the playoffs since the 82-83 season. 19 years.
That's amazing. And Jerry Sloan's been there the whole time. First, he was an assistant under Frank Layden, and been a perfect fit in Utah ever since. Got to the finals twice. Thought they should have beat the Bulls one of those years, but they couldn't hang on. Once they got that home court advantage with a win in Chicago, they couldn't hang on and protect their home floor.
So 19 years to the playoffs. Jerry Sloan never had a losing season, and he's never been named NBA Coach of the Year.
It's amazing.
Kendall Gill will check in for Rod Strickland.
I think he'll make the Hall of Fame as a coach.
I don't know how you keep him on.
He probably will. I don't think he made it as a player. He was definitely one of the better guards in his day.
Tough-nosed defensive player in Chicago. Garnett. Slapped by Leach. He turns around and says, hey, I can care less. Look at this.
Nietzsche just cannot get up to bother KG's shot. He knows that, so he has to take a chance. And like I said, he and Karl Malone love to try to swipe the ball out of your hands as you go up. Watch him go for the swipe right there. Misses it, gets nothing but KG's elbow. KG maintains his concentration and knocks down the turnaround anyway.
Anthony Peeler nearly got that rebound. Swooped in for it. Kevin 2 of 7 from the free throw line tonight. Stockton with Garnett. KG gets his hand on it, and there's 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Straight line. Look for John Stockton to pop out and some kind of pick and roll. There he goes. Let us watch out for the screen.
Stockton will take it inside. Back to Malone. KG waiting. Carl in the air.
Wow, was that nice or what? He avoided the offensive foul on Reggie Slater with one hand. That was Connie Connie Hawkinish. That's what I'm trying to say.
AP won't go. When you're 6'9", 256 pounds, and KG and Karl Malone collide.
Karl fell hard, too. Might have fell on his elbow. Oh!
And down goes Stockton.
It's really getting physical. Look at Jerry Sloan. He's going to get a tech. He wants a flagrant foul on that.
Sloan is going crazy as he looks at his two all-star players in the last 30 seconds.
Both of them
knocked to the ground.
Yeah, Malone gets knocked down, and then Big Reg comes over and lays his body into Stockton.
Although as you look at that replay, John didn't run into much of Reggie Slater.
And they did call a flagrant foul on Big Reg. I don't think it was flagrant. It was definitely a good hard foul. With flagrant, see Reggie's hands are up. He gets Stockton with the hip right there.
Yep.
Oh, that's not a flagrant. Oh, come on. Yes, the referees just want to make sure. This is a result. Yep, that's a good foul. That's not a flagrant. That's just a result of Karl Malone and KG getting tangled up on one end. The officials wanted to try to make sure maintain control of the game.
8-point game with 4:03 to go, and don't you dare go away now.
Daddy, what are you doing?
Paying bills?
You sure got a lot of bills.
Yeah.
You know, Wendy's Junior Bacon Cheeseburger made Dave's way. A hot baked potato, crispy chicken nuggets, even our chili is just 99 cents every day on Wendy's Super Value menu.
Phil, help. You can take this back.
Hey, isn't this your brother's?
The Super Value menu at Wendy's, the best 99 cents you can spend.
Put down your remote, pick up a tote, and save 20.03% at Menards. Buy this 10-gallon tote for just $2.49. Then fill it with anything you want and save 20.03% off the regular low price. Save on cleaning supplies, lights, cabinet hardware, wallpaper and borders, faucets, and shower heads. Tote off 20.03% savings during Menards' big tote sale. Hurry, end Sunday.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, that thing got a Hemi? Yeah. Sweet.
The all-new Dodge Ram Heavy Duty.
Did you mean the Charger? Because you know that's got a Hemi too. You're right.
Now with a 345 horsepower, 5.7-liter Hemi Magnum. Grab Dodge's 770 powertrain limited warranty. Ford, Chevy, and Toyota don't match it.
That black eye on John Stockton was under the eye before tonight's game. He might have some bruises on his body tomorrow. Karl Malone moments ago, and it's a difficult replay, but the right side of your screen you can see he was going down, and KG fell right over him. And Karl came down hard, pointing with the elbow. But Jerry Sloan asked him to take him out, which isn't going to happen very often. Malone back in there, though. Karl in the air. Garnett works hard for that rebound.
The referees are letting him play now, Hanny. Karl was waiting for the whistle on that bump he received going down the lane. Thought for sure he'd be on the line. Look at this. Got Karl Malone on KG now. Knowing that the Jazz know that Karl could get away with a little bit more pushing.
Kendall Gill, the two-point shot, no.
And can an Amici or Matt Harper can. Karl carries that kind of respect with the officials.
Well, after the Wolves cut the Jazz lead to 2, Utah has scored now on 5 of their last 6 possessions.
Well, they kept their poise, showing up like a veteran team should. Uh-oh.
Kirilenko inside.
Reggie got pinned on the high side of Amici, trying to prevent Amici from getting the high post. And once that happened, Kirilenko had a clear path baseline to the basket.
Great Kirilenko playing with the big guys since he was 15 years old. Kendall inside, won't go.
He did the right thing, trying to go to the basket to create something, maybe a foul or a layup. It's a little too hard off the glass that time. lot of Jazz will just use some clock, just slow it down, and put up a shot with 4 or 5 seconds to go. No hurry.
Harpring inside to Amici.
Now they got to go.
Amici steps back. And Harpring tried to throw it up and in. It wouldn't go. And it's a shot clock violation.
Sometimes you can get yourself playing a little too cautious when you try to use every second on the shot clock. Maybe you should try to think, let's shoot with 8 seconds to go. That way you won't wind it down too far and you'll be in a desperation mode. You can shoot the shot more in a rhythmic offensive set.
Still plenty of time, but the Wolves need to move and move now.
John Stockton got Troy Hudson right across the face. Troy checking to see if his eyeballs are still there.
Or if there's a little blood. Eyeballs are still there, no blood. Happy to report.
Watch Stockton with a little whap right there. That's why James Worthy always said we were idiots for not wearing goggles when we played.
Troy Hudson to the line tonight, 7th in the NBA. He's now hit 52 of his last 55 attempts from the line. Want to be a couch potato? Register at Becker Furniture World, Timberwolves.com, or at BeckerFurnitureWorld.com for your chance to sit in a Becker Furniture World couch, located just a few feet from the players during every Timberwolves home game.
Now the Wolves have got to really pressure defensively. Cannot let the Jazz get to that nice comfort zone in their offensive sets. Got to come out and really try to create some turnovers. They can force up the shot that they don't want to shoot.
Malone inside, gets it off to Amici. And KG comes away with it. There's Garnett hit in the face by Amici.
And there's a silly foul on Amici. Gives the Wolves, stops the clock and gives the Wolves a chance to get 2 points here.
Kevin, as we've told you, only 2 of 7 from the line so far tonight.
Amici mad at himself for blowing this little cribber. So how can you miss that? Because he rushed the shot thinking that KG's presence is around. He's going to block the shot, and he's frustration foul reaching in.
John Amici, who will always be known as the guy that scored the first NBA points of the new millennium.
Yeah. Oh, KG's what, 2 of 8?
He is now.
Wow. The millennium, was that in the year 2000 or 2001?
2000.
I thought 2001 was the new millennium.
That was a Space Odyssey.
Oh. I'm all confused. There's a difference in the game.
Telling you about these all night. Another miss.
Wow. How about something that you don't see every game? That's a crusher right there, missing those free throws.
Kevin shoots 77% from the field this year. Stockton pulls over Hudson.
It's a good call by the official because John Stockton was trying to call timeout. The official was out of position, didn't see him, yelling at him. So he realized Stockton was calling timeout before the offensive foul came. So that's a good call. Good control by the official taking over in that situation. Because I didn't see Stockton. Watch Stockton. You see him yelling. Right here. He starts to turn. He realizes he's trapped. He starts right there. He starts timeout, timeout, timeout. Just before the contact came.
The 7-layer nachos from Taco Bell. So much flavor for so little price, you may become a 7-flavor optimist.
You mind? Knock yourself out.
7-layer nachos at just 99 cents. Get all the flavor of 7 intense taste stacked on golden chips. They're a value. Down to the very last bite. To get more flavor for 99 cents, think outside the bun.
John Stockton and Troy Hudson moments ago. As Stockton, Michael said, ready to call the timeout. And
yeah, he's so smart. He realizes, uh-oh, I got myself in a predicament here. And as his back was turned to the camera, he was already yelling timeout before he turned into Troy Hudson. The referee realized that, and that's why the offensive foul wasn't called.
Well, the Wolves one time with a 15-point lead in this game. And the biggest lead they have lost this year was 12 to Boston back on November 9th, which I believe was a Saturday as well.
Jazz have got to shoot, throw one up.
Inside, Massenberg.
Perfect. I mean, can you play it any more perfect than that? As the shot clock's going off, the ball's being dunked.
A nice addition to bring on board. Anthony Peeler puts up the three. It won't drop. Kendall Gill underneath the Rasho, who lays it in.
Well, trading baskets is not going to get it done. Wolves have got to create a couple of turnovers in a row.
Time is slipping away.
Yeah, they needed turnover within like 8 seconds or whatever. Carl shot that one kind of quick.
AP quickly up court, inside, rolls it up and in. When things aren't dropping outside, that's what you do.
One more stop, the Wolves will have a chance. They got to make a stop here, though. This is the game right here in this possession.
6-point game.
The Jazz score here, it's over.
Six seconds on the shot clock.
Oh, what a pass.
Inside, Harpring is fouled by Rasho.
What a pass by the man.
Well, that was a bullet, wasn't it?
Oh, Magic Johnson would have been proud of that one.
It was a bullet right on target.
And it was like a touch pass, too. He caught him with one hand and didn't bring it down. Just whoop, whoop. Watch this. Whoop, zoom. Oh, boy, you got to have good hands to play on this team because passes come out of nowhere. In between, in creases, through bodies, through hands.
And Matt Harpring, who had a career-high 33 points, now at 14. And oddly enough, his teammate Karl Malone has 33 tonight.
I Stockton's really going to retire after the season. They're playing 25, 28 minutes a game. It looks like he can go another year.
I don't think there's any question John Stockton could go another year.
Yeah, why quit?
The funny thing, we talked about this in Utah in talking to some of the people involved with the Jazz. Insiders say that John Stockton is telling everyone, all the media, he may return next season.
That's good. I hope he does.
But he has no intention of doing so. He simply doesn't want the attention surrounding a farewell tour, and that certainly makes sense so that John Stockton never wants any attention.
Yeah, he's the
drawn
kind of
to
guy.
him.
He's a Hall of Famer. I guarantee you, when he finally walks away from this game, you'll never hear from him again. They'll have all these NBA reunions for all-time greatest, and they're gonna have to twist his arm to show up. He's that type of guy.
Well, after tonight, we'll take a look at the road ahead for the Timberwolves. They'll work out here at Target Center tomorrow and on Monday, and then head to Houston for a game Tuesday night. We'll have it for you right here starting at 7:30. Then back home, second half of a back-to-back against Golden State on Fox Sports Net. And then Friday, the Sacramento Kings will come to town, and that is always an interesting matchup. 6:30 time is the start. Timberwolves ticket.
3 fun games coming up. Houston, of course, down there with Yao Ming. Golden State with those young athletes that they have on that team. Sacramento.
Look at this tonight, Michael. In double overtime,
41 points.
Michael Jordan turns back the clock. A double-double, 41 and 13.
Wow.
I wonder how many minutes he played in that one.
41 and 13 at his age. And then he's almost 40. He's 39 next month, or 40 next month. Stockton's 41 or almost 41 doing what he's doing. I still think he dyes his hair. And Karl Malone had about 50 points in the third quarter. I mean, come on, why leave? Keep playing, guys.
Turn back the clock night in the NBA. Kendall Gill launches the three. And 3 Jazz players converge on the rebound, and no one gets a hand on it.
I'm just glad to see 3 guys come down with no injuries, because usually when you get in a crowd like that jumping, someone step on someone's foot and turn an ankle.
In the corner, Troy Hudson. A 2-point shot.
All the Jazz are going to do now is hold the ball, try to force the Wolves into fouling them.
Hudson fouls Harpring. And it will turn into this type of a game down the stretch. Utah, as we've told you all night, has been making their shots from the line. 29 of 30 so far this evening.
25 seconds to go. We may be another 15 minutes. All the fouls are going to come every time the Jazz touch the ball. Well, this is a disappointing loss tonight for the Wolves after, like you say, having that mini camp for the week. They came out looking so sharp in that first quarter. But the Jazz showing their toughness, their mental toughness, just staying and working their way right through that slow start or that fast start by Minnesota.
KG will put up the three. And Karl Malone,
and they should back off.
9 rebounds.
That's the game. No more fouls. Let it go.
That's exactly what will happen. Well, the Timberwolves.
Whether you're shopping, traveling for business, or back at school studying, this new year your family can stay in touch thanks to Verizon Wireless. Get them the America's Choice National Family Share Plan. Now with unlimited night and weekend airtime minutes on up to 4 separate lines, so everyone can share all they want. Plus, hurry and buy one Motorola phone for $29.99 and get a second free. So you can have a family get-together whenever you want. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Whether you're shopping, traveling for business, or back at school studying, this new year your family can stay in touch thanks to Verizon Wireless. Get them the America's Choice National Family Share Plan. Now with unlimited night and weekend airtime minutes on up to 4 separate lines, so everyone can share all they want. Plus, hurry and buy one Motorola phone for $29.99 and get a second free. So you can have a family get-together whenever you want. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Pepsi and Lay's, official sponsors of the NFL.
It only happens once a year. Toyotathon 03. This year-end tradition features incredible values on Toyota's most popular models. Hurry in now and grab 0% financing on great models like Camry, Solara, Sienna, Prius, and Tundra. Toyota's awesome 0% financing is for a limited time, so get to your Toyota dealer while it lasts. Toyotathon 03. Don't miss it.
Start a banking relationship with U.S. Bank, and we'll do everything but roll out the red carpet. Stop by a nearby U.S. Bank now and sign up for free checking with Checking That Pays and earn cash back every time you use your check card. See a friendly U.S. banker for details. Pay your bills online with U.S. Bank, and we'll do everything but teach you how to type. Stop by U.S. Bank now and sign up for free internet banking. Plus, take advantage of internet bill pay free during your first 60 days.
See why it's called the greatest show of all time. Nothing for you. You double dip the chips. Seinfeld.
Seinfeld, weeknights at 9 on UPN 29.
Timberwolves dropped to 10-5 at Target Center this year and 17-15 overall with the 105-97 loss tonight to the Jazz. This season, the Timberwolves Foundation is supporting the Upper Midwest Ronald McDonald House charities. The foundation donating $20 to the Ronald McDonald House of the Twin Cities for every team assist this season. The Wolves did a great job in this area. It's a season-high 33 assists tonight, a total of $660 for the Ronald McDonald House. And Michael Thompson, the Wolves did a great job in the first quarter and the last quarter, but in the second and third, they totaled.
Guys on the floor can't come up with it. Toronto ball, but the Jazz showing some enthusiasm in this game.
Absolutely, they're getting up and down the floor right now, and only giving Toronto one opportunity to score. They're not giving up any offensive rebounds.
Down on the angle left, low, Rashawn Lillard, got it by Arroyo. Rashawn takes him to the base. Lillard double pump, put it up, help there from Tag. Out of ball is an air ball pulled down by Scott Padgett. He'll lead it to Carlos Arroyo, right side front court. The youngster backs it out on the angle right. Carlos Yo-Yo terminates. Foul to Tag on the angle right. About 15 feet away. He'll hand to Stockton. Stockton to high to Tag. Stockton right to left. Bounce inside to Harpring, but it was kicked away They got him a kick ball, so it'll be Jazz ball. There's 14 seconds on the shot clock. A little late on that whistle.
That's why there's 3 officials. Just in case.
We got 4. Jerry Sloan was up there, too. So, hey, wait a minute. The referee finally do it. So to inbound, the ball goes from Harpring to Stockton, right side to Carlos Arroyo. Arroyo on a hold. Now to Harpring, nice feed inside. Harpring, a little 5-foot turnaround. Oh, he missed it. Rebound off and grabbed by Michael Bradley, who has just checked in for the first time. He's been starting for this club quite a few games. Fouls, the ball comes down low right to Davis. A foul on Scott Padgett. For Padgett, his first Jazz second foul of the quarter.
Only 4 fouls for the Jazz so far in the ball game. You have 3:18 left here in the first half.
The ball be inbounded to Antonio Davis. This pass back right to him again. Finally, they get it over to Morris Peterson. He'll drive the middle. Looked like he walked, got away with it. A wild shot. That's pulled down by Matt Harpring ahead of Carlos Arroyo. He'll take the middle on the break. Stockton on the left. Right side is Harpring. He's got him on the run. He'll score.
What a pass.
Great play by Arroyo to Harpring.
This is the way you finish going to the basket there. You run the floor, you get the opportunity to take a break and get a layup, you take it. Otherwise, you back it out.
Inside, they go to Vashawn Leonard. He'll lead left, bank one up and in, but a foul first. That should not count. Now the foul will be charged to Carlos Arroyo. His first. The third team foul on the Jazz.
Carlos Arroyo pushing the basketball up the floor. And look at this lead pass right there as Matt Harpring outruns Morris Peterson. Morris Peterson never saw the basketball until Scott Padgett caught it and was getting ready to lay it up.
What a quarter for Arroyo. He comes out for Calvert Chandy. Got to be a little tired. Padgett also will come out. Here left side is Alvin Williams. Arroyo scores 8 points and had 3 assists and got the Jazz the lead. Back up top.